And welcome inside the Kyle Corner video blog. Jay Elsen joined by John Thayer, the voice of USD women's basketball. The Coyotes bouncing back in a big way here at the Dakota Dome on Wednesday night. They get an 82-56 win over Denver in what was the first meeting between these two teams since the Summit League Tournament Championship game last March in Sioux Falls. And John, this was kind of a tale of two halves. Early on, Denver very hot from the field. They shot 58% in that opening half. And really kind of were taking it to the Coyotes at different times. Never able to pull away, partially because of the turnovers. The Coyotes were able to stay in that first half, largely because of that. USD shot just about 38% in the first half. But Denver looked tough offensively. We saw why they can be very potent on that end of the floor.
Yeah, no doubt. And they were just able to play not only well offensively, but defensively as well. And it went back and forth. I think there were 9 ties and 12 lead changes in the first half. Each team led for just over 8 minutes worth of time in that first half. So it was really a back and forth game.
It really was. 35-31 Denver with 4.5 minutes to play. Coyotes, though, put together an 11-2 run to close the half. They had all the momentum when they went to the locker room.
Yeah, and that's big when you're at home. You want to go into the locker room with that momentum, and you get a lot of that from look in the first half with what Rachel Contreras was able to do defensively. Mm-hmm. She was able to pick away the basketball and turn some of those turnovers into some points, and that was a big key or big reason why South Dakota was leading at the half.
Yeah, Rachel had 4 steals in that first half alone. Coyotes led 42-37. At the break, they came out of the locker room, and that's when they really took this thing over. A very impressive 20 minutes of basketball on both ends of the floor for USD.
Yeah, they outscored Denver 40-19 in the second half, and you don't allow 20 points in a half, you're doing something pretty good. So the defense was able to force some shots, some bad shots that were missed by Denver, and also they didn't leave a lot of room around the perimeter. Mm-hmm. Denver, we know if they get going, they can be a very good three-point shooting team, especially Morgan Van Riper-Rose, and she was held in check today. That was a big key, and when you don't give them the room around the perimeter, it's going to make it awful difficult for them to make shots.
Yeah, Van Riper-Rose, Paige Bradley, a couple of the top three-point shooters in the Summit League. Van Riper-Rose 0 for 3 from outside. Paige Bradley 2 of 6 from 3. She hit both of those in the first half as well. So you could tell early on that the Coyotes were putting a lot of pressure on those shooters. Nothing was coming easy for Denver. They did make 3 of them in the first half, but really they had to earn them. I mean, and that was an impressive display and very good execution of the game plan, I thought, by the Coyotes.
Yeah, it was. And they not only did their game plan execution well, but also the second team, the starters did it well. The second team came in, and they were able to get 11 players on the floor today. Nobody played over 25 minutes. That's a key stat when you look at having a couple of games in a week.
Yeah, absolutely, and as the grind wears on of the Summit League season, we saw maybe how that could affect you just last week with the way they played in Fort Wayne and how they had to gut that game out, and then they go into Indianapolis just a couple of days later and really struggled. So with Oral Roberts coming in here on Saturday, obviously a little bit fresher of legs for a lot of these players certainly isn't going to hurt matters because the Coyotes had their hands full with Oral Roberts down in Tulsa just a few weeks ago.
Well, they did, and I think a lot of teams are finding out that's a very tough place to go play, the Mabee Center in Tulsa, and the Coyotes did not shoot the ball well offensively. They, I don't think we're over 30% until about 4 or 5 minutes left in the game that's shooting from the field, so that was tough, and Oral Roberts will bring in a 6'7" Vicky McIntyre, who is in grad school at Oral Roberts, played at the University of Florida. She's very good and very tough inside. So she'll be a challenge for Margaret McLeod again, but we'll see what the game plan is on Saturday with a team like that. I think these girls are excited to play Oral Roberts now in their building as opposed to being on the road.
Yeah, you certainly got the sense in the postgame press conference tonight that the girls could not wait for Saturday. They wanted another chance at this team, and what Lisa Loeffler said was, we want to show them what Coyote basketball really looks like. They didn't feel like they played it well at all down in Tulsa, but they're certainly going to be going in with some momentum riding off of this win tonight over Denver. 82-56 again the final. The Coyotes improved to 9-0 here at the Dakota Dome, and it's just not an easy place for any team to come in and get a win. And so USD improving to 16-5 on the year, and they'll be 6-2 now in the Summit League. So for John Thayer, I'm Jay Elsen. Thanks for watching.